Hey guys, you're all welcome back to Minutes with Sally on the Design Dashboard. This is the creativity channel talking about all things creativity, trying to motivate ourselves and create our niche in Nigeria. All that we're passionate about, put it into gear, into full gear, and have it swing into money-making ventures. So you're all welcome back here. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so we can go on this journey together. Today is Wednesday, by the way, and I'm so happy to celebrate a woman that is bold, eloquent, knowledgeable, well-educated. Her name is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. We're going to be crushing on her today because this is Woman Crush Wednesday. She is from Enugu State, Nigeria. She's the wife and the mother of one and a notable, remarkable Nigerian writer. She has authored many books, from novels to short stories to non-fiction, attended 5 universities, received 6 remarkable awards for her work. Notably, amongst them is the Purple Hibiscus, Half of a Yellow Sun, We Should All Be Feminine, Americana. We celebrate your beauty, knowledge, and milestones. If you want to know more about her, I think you can just Google her and listen to her talk. Trust me, you'll be motivated. Well, so today on the Design Dashboard, we're going to be talking about fashion in Nigeria. I told you before that my passion is actually dressmaking. So I'm sorry, but that's our niche on this channel. That is where I really have rooted my creativity. So I have a whole lot of things to talk about there. So every now and then I'm going to dash back, talk about fashion in detail, especially if you want to get some hacks or techniques in fashion, because that's what I do every day. So today I'm going to talk about exhibitions and runways. What sells? Yes, everybody's talking about digital marketing and all that, but we also have the physical presence, the physical marketing that needs to sell our products. Did you notice that the videos are clearer? At least these last 3 ones are clearer, right? So we're actually making progress on this journey. I'm actually using a Canon. So I have changed camera and I have changed lighting, and I'm using more outdoor light too and all that. It is EOS 760D. I think you can see me clearer and also hear me better. I'm very happy about that. We'll make this progress together. I told you that I am a dressmaker. That's what I call myself. I went to fashion school and graduated dressmaking in 2013. I didn't go on to do fashion design. 2014, that was when I actually ventured and started doing fashion on the business level. I registered my business and then I started making clothes for people. Yeah, in my spare time, I had an 85 jobs. Trust me, it was so hectic. But today I'm here to talk about what sells as a dressmaker. What are the avenues that you can sell your products, your dresses, apart from digital marketing? I want to talk about runways and exhibitions because we learned from experience what you need to know, exhibitions, the difference, and what will sell your brand. Because when you start off as a business, as a fashion designer or a dressmaker, people are going to come to you and just tell you, oh, come, I have this event, I need for you to come and display, or come for a runway show. You're going to have all kinds of invitations, especially if you're really good at what you do. But what really sells, you need to know so you don't make the same mistakes and then it costs you a lot of money. Experience, they say, is the best teacher, right? So I went that route and I just want to share my experience with. I think I have been passionate about fashion for such a long time that I can advise in this, guys. Let us actually start from your niche. Are you a bespoke fashion dressmaker or you are a ready-to-wear dressmaker? So you have to make up your mind from the beginning what it is that you want and what avenues to sell your products, because what if the people don't show up? What are you going to do? Now specifically, I'm going to talk about those who make ready-to-wear because I'm kind of really interested. I started from bespoke and then I had my experiences. They're not too nice when you're a bespoke fashion designer or dressmaker in Nigeria. Trust me, the headache is much. But then I moved to ready to wear, which was my initial purpose. My drive actually was to make the best ready-to-wear kind of dresses. But where do I sell them? How do I sell them? What avenues are there for you to sell these dresses apart from just sitting in your design house and have people come over with their fabric so you can make it for them? What you should do and shouldn't do. Now let's start with runway shows. What you should consider. I want you to know at the back of your mind before you venture into any runway show that you're just going there basically to entertain people if you are not ready. That that entertainment is going to really cost you a lot. If you want to debut your brand with your own runway show, it's a different thing altogether, but that is also going to be really costly, because our mentality hasn't developed to a point that makes us understand that this runway show is, one, to gain brand visibility. Secondly, this person is also selling because they have put in so much money. People go there to be entertained, so they'll just sit there to watch the clothing on the models, and then they'll clap for you and stand up and leave. And so people consider it outings. I've attended quite a number of them in Abuja, different runway shows where people went and then didn't even bother with the exhibition arena where the clothes were displayed. I actually debuted my the silhouette fashion with a runway show, but mine was entirely different because I had an invitation at an already existing event. So I went to that event. It was an October 1st event. I went. There was a major artist who was exhibiting on that day, and I was only the only fashion designer who was supposed to go and have the runway show. Essentially, because before I talk about what it entails, I want you to learn from my mistakes. One of the first major mistakes was that, yes, the time was close and I didn't really plan the pieces to sell, so I had no pieces on display. I was just thinking that people were going to look at this clothing and then make orders, get my card. People would just collect these cards. If you like, bring 1,000 of them. Everybody's just ready to take the card, but nobody's going to give you a call. They're just going to fling it. It is our culture. I don't know, but that's how it works around here. I have had the experience a couple of times. I experienced when people attended mine. Nobody was really interested in asking me if I had even pieces on display. Nobody made orders for bespoke pieces to be made or tailored to fit to their sizes. All of that just went on. Everybody was very excited and came to tell me, oh, well done. Oh, that was so beautiful and all of that. But one thing was certain though, I networked. So that's another aspect of it altogether. So you can actually network if you go for a show like that. What does it entail? If you're the single person who is having this runway show, you're going to consider the venue, the location, models, red carpet, lighting, the decoration, the entertainment, which comes to a lot. And then you are going to have a fashion line that is tailored to fit all of these models. First of all, you're going to have the venue, location, invitations, publicity. How many people are you going to have on your line? The nature of clothing. What is the age range of the people who are going to be there? What is their style? How many pieces are you going to have on display? The backup staff that will be watching over to make your sales will be there. And then also you're going to have cards and flyers to give the people who attend. So it comes to a lot. So when you are invited to come and have a runway show, you should put all of these things into consideration. Yes, it's a nice way to debut a brand, but it must be at an event that has already been set up by someone else, so there is shared cost. And from the beginning, you can easily spend 500,000 just to go to somebody's event and showcase your brand. And trust me, none of that money may come out. If you're just beginning, boycott them, and you'll be surprised to see the number of competitors that attend this show. They just want to take something away or brain pick. Basically, you're just putting in your money and there will be no return on that money. Be certain about that. Now let us move on to exhibitions. I think from my experience, I have had how many exhibitions so far, and all of them have sold. Yes, for the first one I just broke even. Now you have to look out for events if you're a ready to wear fashion designer, because as you're making these pieces, you need to know who you are designing for, what is the age range, and what is this event we're talking about. Are the people there the kind of people who will buy this kind of clothing? Because for example, if you have an event of young people, let's say a carnival, and then you make things like boo-boo instead of making things like a bomber jacket, hoodies and all, then nobody is going to be buying those kind of loose clothing at a young people's event or a teenager's event. So you need to know the kind of designer that you are, know that your line is tailored to fit what event you're attending. Also, you don't want to attend an event that is highly competitive. That is, if it's a fashion event, for example. The first fashion exhibition that I did was actually at a hair event. Most of the other products that were there were hair related. People weren't really looking for clothes, yes. People who, just passed by and saw something that caught their attention and decided, especially the things that were on the mannequin. There were also people from other countries who attended. So because of that, they decided, oh, let's try out this Nigerian designer. And so they just picked some of my clothing because they wanted something cultural to take back to their countries. It was in a hotel. I also had people who were lodged, just passed by and buy from my line because they saw something that attracted them and they were curious about what the event was all about. So all of that put together helped me break even at least, and that was my very first experience. So I think that exhibitions sell more, but you don't want to be clustered in a place where there is an array of other, fashion designers who are doing the same thing as you. You have to be strategic about attending some of these things, apart from just keeping them in some shop somewhere where people who happen to be in that location can buy. But if you go all out at this event, then you can sell more, and then this will give you brand visibility. I also want you to understand that if you go for an exhibition, then you will need to bring in your own clientele from outside. There is something that has also really worked for me. When I roll out a line, let's say it's a Christmas edition, it's an Easter edition or whatever, the first thing that I do is that I call my top client and I give them priority buying rights. I ask them to come and look at the line first and then select all the things that they want. The sale is massive because they come when you have like 50 to 100 pieces. Yes, they pick the best of them at the best prices, but this is also called bulk sale. So you do that before you roll out to the public. When you exhibit at an already hosted event by someone else, the cost is down. You just pay for the venue, you pay for your space, and then you get a team of 1 or 2 will just be sufficient. Be at your stand, alternate when the other is tired, and then you get the mannequins, you have a good display in your corner, and then make sure that you have something as a little giveaway. Here you're just focusing on your pieces, you're also focusing on your packaging. Remember to also refer them to your social media platforms. So that is really very important. But I think exhibitions sell more, way more than runway shows. Don't play yourself thinking, oh, they're saying runway, and it sounds so attractive when they come to you and begin to tell you, oh, come, we have this event and we want you to come, and please don't fall for it. If you're not prepared for it, and then there has to be follow-up, because be sure that a size 16 is going to be requesting for a size 14 dress that they see on your rack. Just be ready there with your tape. So when you come back from exhibitions, be ready to hit back to your studio quickly to replicate all of the things that have come in form of demand from the clients that you met right there. Also try to just do mini interviews at your exhibitions so that you can get your clientele profiling, and then you also will take the feedback very seriously because it gives you an insight into the kind of things that people are looking for at such events. That way you are able to come back and prepare more appropriately for your next event. There are also byproducts of dressmaking that sell at those events. You can have fabric, you can make bags, you can make cosmetic bags. For example, if you're going for, let's say, a hair event and you're a dressmaker, you can just make fabric bags that people can take to the salon. So that way you're branching off to showcase and then to sell off something that is not really your core, but also that is if you have the time to do all of that. Anyways, that's what I came to talk about today. It is good to know and to hear from somebody who has had the experience before you put in all your money. I wish you the best of luck with whatever it is that you're doing, whatever niche it is that you have created for yourself. I wish that you will convert all of that into big revenue. And remember, whatever your hands find to do, do it and do it well. Bye now. I love you. Subscribe to this channel.